So in this lecture, we are talking about sign numbers. Sign numbers are numbers with sign. So every number in algebra has a sign. In this less than 10-minute lecture, you will learn everything about sign numbers. And after this lecture, there should not be any confusion of what to handle, how to handle sign numbers for algebraic operations. So why we are studying sign numbers? Because we want to add them, we want to subtract them, we want to multiply them, and we want to divide sign numbers. So these are the four common operations. And as you can see, there is a number line on the screen. This number line is just for demonstration purpose that on the number line, positive numbers are on the right side of 0 and negative numbers are on the left side of 0. And we are not using number lines to add numbers. In this lecture, we are studying how to add numbers without number lines. Straight away addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of sign numbers. So today what you are going to learn is there are only 3 cases of sign numbers. There are only 3 cases. So the first case is when all numbers in any expression, in any algebraic expression you are trying to solve or simplify, all numbers are positive. So this is case 1. And the second case is when all numbers are negative. And the third case is when few numbers are positive and few negative. So my focus is very direct, without any extra information. Just we are focusing on how to handle these numbers where there are some numbers are positive, some are negative, all are negative, or all are positive. And the beauty of the algebra is that if you can handle positive, all positive and all negative numbers, then you can handle when the numbers are positive and negative, because this third case is essentially the mixture of first 2 cases. And I'm sure that you can handle all positive numbers. If I ask you to add 3 plus 7 plus 9, you can quickly add this, that this is 19. Very easy. And let me tell you one thing. When all numbers are negative, the situation is still the same. For example, all numbers are negative. Minus 3, minus 7, and minus 9. What is the answer? Guess what? Still 19, but with a negative sign. So this 19 was on the right side of the number line, somewhere here, but this 19 is on the left side of the number line, somewhere here. So this minus 19 is much less number, and 19 is a greater number. But the process is very simple. If all numbers are negative, it looks like that you are doing a subtraction, but in algebra, this is the addition of negative numbers. This was the addition of positive numbers, and this is the addition of negative numbers. So these both can be considered as addition process. So addition of positive numbers. And what is this? This is also addition, but addition of negative numbers. So as you can see, these 2 cases are gone. You have already understood all these 2 cases, how to handle all positive and all negative numbers. Now, the only case left is when few numbers are positive and few numbers are negative. So how to add them? Let us see the same example. Now we make few numbers, add one more number. Minus 4 plus 8 minus 3 plus, let's say, 10. So we have 2 numbers positive and 2 numbers negative. So what you do in this situation? So the first step, although not necessary, but for simplification and for ease you can do this. What you do first, put all negative numbers together. Minus 4, minus 3, plus 8, plus 10. And now what you do? You add all negative numbers together, just like you did here in case 2. And you add all positive numbers together, which is a piece of cake for you. Actually, the both are same. So add 4 plus 3 is 7 and put the negative sign here. And then 10 plus 8, 18 and put a positive sign here. Okay? Very simple. Now you can switch this position if you like. 18 minus 7. If not, you have to learn only this last step, which is extra. What to do here. So this is the only difference which you have to learn, and this you can understand on number line if you want. Otherwise you can simply, there is a simple method and simple procedure for this. So when you have got these only 2 numbers, you have simplified all the numbers and you are ended up with these 2 numbers. So what you do, you always subtract. So only these 2 steps. First step, always subtract, because if both numbers have different sign, then this is a subtraction procedure. You can say that you are adding minus 7 and 18, but because there are only 2 numbers, and from class 1, from year 1, we know that 18 minus 7 is a subtraction. Although you can still say it's a addition of a negative and a positive number, but now let's treat it as a subtraction, for example. So the first step is always subtract from greater number. Always subtract the smaller number, the smaller from greater. So in this situation, when you are left with only 2 numbers, one is positive and one is negative, you ignore the sign. Always subtract smaller number from the greater number. So subtract 7 from 18, you get 11. This is the step 1. And the second step is put the sign of greater number besides this. So what is the nice sign of greater number? Positive. So positive 11 is your answer. Very simple. Addition and subtraction of sign numbers finishes at this point. This is the only thing you want to know. If all numbers are positive, add them together, put positive sign. If all numbers are negative, add them together, put negative sign. If few numbers are positive, few numbers are negative, you first add all negative numbers together and put a negative sign. Add all positive numbers together, put a positive sign. Then do this. Always subtract from greater to lower number and put the sign of the greater number. That is it. This is the algebraic as addition and subtraction of sign numbers. So let us take some examples. So let's say we have minus 20 plus 13 minus 5 plus 4 minus 1. These are few sign numbers. So how to add them? This is case 3, few positive, few negative. So the first step, not necessary, but you can do it. You put all negative together, minus 20, minus 5, and put all positive together. Put minus 1 here. Minus 1 is also negative. It doesn't matter in which order you put these numbers. So these are all positive numbers. And these are all negative numbers. Add all negative together. 20 plus, ignore the sign. 20 plus 5 plus 1, 26. Now put the sign because all are negative, so the sum is also negative. Now add these together. 17, put the sign plus. Which now the two-step procedure. Always subtract smaller from the larger. Which is larger? Ignore the sign. Ignore sign here. We will put the sign of the larger at the end. Ignore sign. Which one is the larger? 26. Subtract from 26. 26 minus 17. 9. So this is step 1. Step 2 is put the sign of the larger number, minus 9. So minus 9 is your answer. Okay, very simple. No confusion. You just subtract because why we are subtracting? The question is why we are subtracting here. We are subtracting because one number is positive and one number is negative. One number is positive and the other is negative. Because here we didn't subtract. All numbers are negative, so we add it. All numbers are positive, we added them together. But when we are left with only two numbers, one is positive and the other is negative, then the process is subtraction now. You can say that we are adding a positive number to a negative number, but in fact what you are doing is a subtraction process. Because one number is negative and one number is positive. Sometimes you will get the larger number would be negative, sometimes the smaller number would be negative. In both cases, you will always subtract smaller number from the larger number and put the sign of the larger number. Very simple, no confusion. So I hope this makes sense.